Hi, everybody. It's Nicole. How are you? So for Mental Health Awareness Month, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about anxiety today. So this morning I woke up with super high anxiety. I think it's because I woke up late. I missed my alarm and my boyfriend had to wake me up. So not a great start to the morning. So I feel my heart fluttering. It's so fast and can't focus. My mind is racing. I just feel like crazy, out of control. And that's what anxiety is like. It's like that a lot. And I think for a lot of people, we don't realize necessarily how anxiety impacts your daily life. And I think one of the biggest things for me is just constant, like, it's not even necessarily the mental symptoms, it's the physical symptoms. Like my hands will start shaking and just like I said before, your heart goes super fast and it's hard to calm that down. And I do have anxiety medications. And usually, what I do on a normal day, I wake up about an hour before everybody in my house is up. So I have time to take my pills and have them start working before I have to talk to anybody, which is a big coping thing for me because it gets all those physical symptoms to calm down. And once the physical symptoms calm down, it helps the mental symptoms calm down too. Because a big part of anxiety is overactivation of your fight or flight response, which um, a long time ago when people were hunter gatherers, like that made a lot of sense because like danger was a physical danger. It was like a lion chasing you and you had to run and you have to do something immediately. But now the things we feel as danger are more like interpersonal struggles or a lot of people that manifest for fear of social situations or worrying about what people think about you. And that's really not something that you can either fight or flight your way out of it. And I spent a lot of my life trying to run away from bad situations. And when your problem is yourself, you can't run away from yourself. So having that anxiety all the time is something that is really hard to cope with and work with. And one of the best ways to get your anxiety to go down is to lower your overall life stress because when you're at a lower baseline, it takes a lot longer to get up to your really high anxiety level. But when you're stressed out and you have 100 things you're worrying about all the time, your anxiety level is up here and it just takes a tiny bit to push you over the top. So, anything you can do to lower your stress on a daily basis, like having routines and planning ahead and setting goals and having your whole day planned out the day before, a lot of that can take away that stress response so that you're constantly not way up here getting pushed to the edge. You're like down here going up a little bit, and then it's easier to go back down. So that's been huge for me. And a lot of it, like working at home, fixes a lot of my problems because I have struggles. Like if people say something mean to me, I immediately go into that mode. And that's not good. So if I'm at home and somebody sends me an email that's a nasty email and I just go, like I have time by myself that I can go back down. And even if it takes half an hour, 2 hours, I'm by myself and I don't have to reply to that email right away. So that really helps me a lot because then I can have my coping skills kick in. I can pull myself away and not having to be interacting with those people or worrying about the person coming back and saying something mean again. It really helps my stress because when I was in an office work environment, then I would get out of a meeting where somebody said something horrible to me and I was just, my thoughts are racing and I couldn't come back down and I couldn't step away. And I was just sitting there in my desk and I was like worrying that that person was going to approach me again because sometimes they did. Like something would go bad in a meeting and then like 10 minutes later somebody would be over at my desk and they'd be yelling at me again. And it was just really, really causing my anxiety to go through the roof all the time. And I was having panic attacks all the time and it just wasn't good. So anything you can do to control your environment and to make it so you do have that time and mental space to be able to step away, that really helps. It helps a lot because then you have time to cool your jets and you have time to think about it or write about it or talk it out with your boyfriend or girlfriend or your therapist, and you can pull yourself out of it. I mean, there's been times I had a bad interaction at work and I spent like 3 therapy sessions on it to figure out how to go back and talk to that person again in a calm manner and ask them not to do whatever it was that they had done that like pushed me through the roof. And the time that I spent working on it, it actually helped. And one of those interactions with a girl I worked with serving, she would come up to me and I was typing in my orders and she'd be like, Nicole, can you do this? Nicole, can you do that? And I'd be like, I would always type my orders in wrong when she was talking to me because I couldn't focus. And I already have trouble focusing. So the next time she came up to me and did it, I said, can you please wait until I type my order in? Otherwise, I'm going to type it in wrong. I have trouble paying attention to 2 things at the same time. And so she stood there, she waited. And then when I was done typing it in, she asked me again. And then everything was fine. And this relationship with this girl that I was worrying about for like a month, it resolved itself just like that. So being able to pull yourself away, it really, really does help. So that's a little bit about what anxiety feels like for you guys and some coping strategies for you. So if you like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, check out my blog, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.